So it's been 1 year now and counting with the Redmi 12c. How has the performance been? And also, can I buy this smartphone in 2025? Now, this is a budget smartphone I bought without much expectation. In my experience, it exceeded a lot of points. So just maybe the next time you see this smartphone in the mobile phone market, you might consider getting it or you walk away. So I bought the Redmi 12C because I needed a secondary phone and also something for calls, messaging, and WhatsApp, and sometimes YouTube, maybe light gaming. So I paid $100 for it, which I consider cheap. And I wasn't expecting a flashy performance, but at least a decent usability. And in the first few months, it actually held up a surprising amount of performance. And speaking of performance, how has this phone held up physically 1 year later? Now, this phone is made completely out of plastic, except for the display that is glass. The plastic back has held up very well and it is still intact. Of course, it definitely picked up some scratches. Now, this largely depends on how much value you place on your smartphone. And it is very possible that it can actually hold up more than 1 year, very clean without any scratch. If you place value on something, you're definitely going to safeguard and keep it very, very clean, which is why I would love you to place value on my channel. So if you're new for the first time watching this video up until now, please hit on that subscribe button, place that value, and it is definitely free. Thank you very much. This one has a textured finish that does not give room for fingerprints and stains. The design is not flashy, but very simple. And then you have the fingerprint sensor on the back. The buttons are still very clicky. The power button and the volume rockers on the right side of the phone. And the SIM card tray on the left side. And then you have a micro USB port for charging and connectivity, a microphone and the speaker grill underneath the phone. And they still work perfectly. And then the screen. Thankfully, this one is not scratched or cracked, but it is a good place to use a screen protector unless you're really a careful person that can use a smartphone for 1 year without any scratch on the screen. So aside all of this, the durability of this smartphone is not bad for a budget phone. Now here's where things got interesting. This phone is powered by the MediaTek Helio G85 processor, which is not bad. And when I got it new, the processor handled things very well and also faster too. Apps open with ease and multitasking abilities was also fine. But as months passed, I got more apps installed into the smartphone. I even installed some games and played on the smartphone. Gradually, it started lagging behind. That's because of the more apps I got into the smartphone. So what I did was to get rid of the apps, reset the phone, and the speed was restored. So it doesn't take so much. Now this right here is a 4 gigs of RAM with a 128 gigs of internal storage. There is also the 6 gigs of RAM, but they are not meant for heavy duty. Even with the 6 gigs of RAM, they are not meant for heavy duty. So after the reset, multitasking is fine and you can extend or expand the memory for more performance. But even with that, if you overload the phone again, the performance will struggle. So it shouldn't be your main phone or your daily driver. You should stick to making it a secondary smartphone or for multimedia, unless you're a first-time smartphone user. But this phone has good colors and good resolution. Now this is a HD Plus display, good enough to consume any media content. It also gives you a cinematic experience and also it has good sound quality. And then for gaming, Free Fire game run very well here, but not for long. And also, it is not the best experience possible, but it is fun to some extent. So multitasking is okay on this smartphone, but I'll give credit to where credit is due, and that is the battery. The 5000 milliamp battery here is still very solid. So even after 1 year, I still get a full day on a regular use. No fast charging though, just a 10-watt micro USB charger. Yes, micro USB in 2015. That's what you get. 10 watts micro USB charger. And it takes around 2 to 3 hours to charge this smartphone to 100%. And then the camera. Now here's the raw truth about the Redmi 12 camera. The rear camera is 50 megapixels, and in good lighting, it is decent, especially natural light. The pictures have details, but sometimes it's a hit and miss. Also, I love the portrait results, especially from a natural light. 1080p at 30 frames video with no stabilization is what you get here. So if you work and record, you'll have shaky results. The front camera is 5 megapixels, and this is what you get. Soft, overexposed, high dynamic range missing, and you have few details in the photos. If camera is what you're considering getting the smartphone, I think you need to reconsider because you might be disappointed at the end of the day. Not like the camera here is entirely bad. No, it has details. There are lots of details in the picture qualities, but a lot of things are actually missing. Now the battery here is a win, and also the 6.71 inches display here, which is good for viewing media content, social media, and the rest of it all. And also the price. For 160,000 naira, it can handle basic tasks, light gaming, and more. But micro USB is, well, you can't actually change it. That is what it is. So you have to use it for what it is. It is also a very good budget smartphone. So yes, you can buy this smartphone in 2025. But sincerely speaking, if you want something better, you'll have to triple the price of this smartphone to get something better, considering where we are right now in the economy. So this one is not only cheap, it also offers very good performance. But do you know something that is actually cheap right now? The cheapest thing you can do right now is to hit on that subscribe button. And it is totally free. So if you're watching this video up until now and you're new to my channel, can you hit on that red subscribe button? Thank you very much. So please, let's get to the comments and share your thoughts about the Redmi 12C. Thank you so much, guys, and God bless you.